All right, moving right along, the next candidate that we're going to hear from is Carrie Mitchell.
Hi, everybody. Democrats' primary task is to regain the public's trust. And we do that through setting an agenda and delivering on it over and again. And not only listen, but lead. Democrats can make the case for passing policy to buffer challenging economic conditions. For example, let us stop applying Band-Aids to our gushing wounds and finally pass a national health care plan. Yes, let us examine its economic impact on stock markets and pension stability. Let us discuss an implementation timeframe and cost savings. Healthcare is not a standalone issue. It's a significant part of the economy and critical for economic stability and constituent relief. Frankly, it should have been implemented decades ago. The country needs reform, reminiscent of the FDR era, to address the issues of our time. And at the forefront and foundation is our unaffordable lives. In addition to a national health plan, is the overall undoing of rigged policy so that people get a fair shake. We need medical research, better working conditions. We need consensus and direction around AI use, energy production, water and land protection. Our food system, monopolies, ultra-wealth concentration, and of course, we need government accountability. Let us carefully consider and read between the lines. For example, when I see AI in large-scale data center projects, what I hear is U.S. involvement in foreign wars and potential decimation of certain jobs, pollution, water, and electricity use. But we know bipartisan agreement is possible. Recently, the Senate voted unanimously on a weighty issue, banning members from prediction market betting. They called upon a shared sense of ethics and morality. Imagine more shared agreement, restoring public trust, and healing our nation. U.S. Navy Admiral William N. McRaven has wisely said, "Hope is not a plan." It's time now to define who we are as a people and a country, to learn from our past as we look ahead. People point to the starkness of our political divisions, but I say we must look for points of agreement and believe that we are the artists of our lives, the sculptors of the community, and the creators of our future. You will not convince me that our problems will be solved throughout fundraising. You cannot convince me that the Citizens United ruling is larger and more powerful than the people of America, or Minnesota, or the 8th District. The system changes when we decide it does, because that's how democracy works. And that is something about which we can all be hopeful. Life, you may find, reveals itself in dichotomy. Remember, there is freedom found in independent thought and speech, peace and mutual agreement, fulfillment in self-sufficiency, and satisfaction in our unity. In these contrasts, we must move forward, make sense of our differences, and in each circumstance, serve not only our own best interest, but also the greater good. People wonder, when will the 8th District return to blue? And I say, it's when the salt rises from the earth, when thousands of union boots stand together, when the people have finally had enough. But most importantly, it will be when trust and respect are restored. It isn't enough to win because the people are dissatisfied with this administration. It isn't enough to gain points on the backs of mistreating human beings. and seeing the murder of Renee Good and Alex Preddy before our very eyes. I want to be part of something larger and more enduring, a resurgence of trust and belief and healthy pride in what it means to be an American. My name is Carrie Mitchell. I've lived in the 8th District now for over 30 years. I'm a retired public educator. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And before you walk off, if the body chooses to endorse another candidate, will you abide by that endorsement?
I will. Thank you, everybody.
All right, we're going to welcome our next candidate up. Looks like Carrie's up to speak.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for the time that you've invested into this entire process, starting out with your precinct caucuses. Conventions are meant for endorsing, and you did a wonderful job today, and I want to thank everybody for getting behind the strongest candidate, ready to hit the ground running and win. Thank you, everybody.